All right, Grings. Thanks for joining us. So go to this route, at least for tonight. We'll see how tomorrow goes. So this is a deep dive into. It's best I don't show my face for this one. So this is the Jewish origins, at least where the energy is coming from. I've always feel Orion there, but there's countless other Illuminati energies. Anunnaki is connected to it. Martian is connected to it. So obviously, if you incarnate is not always, but if you incarnate as a Jewish energy, it just somehow things just work out. All of a sudden, just hey, look, that worked out for me. That worked out for me. Everything's just working out for me, just like that. That's not always the case, but there is a lot of there's a lot of stuff out there. Obviously, do your own research on that one. Um, so yeah, it's like the protective race. So I'm just going to tap into it. How far I'm going to go into it is, yeah, we'll see where that goes. Also, MI5 and MI6 intelligence agencies. What's happened to that? Go where the New Agers will never go. And Prague Illuminati. So the MI5, MI6 just tap into their energies and see what they're up to, screwing around. Doing their cloning and things like that, which they are. Somebody is. Obviously, they can't keep a lid on everything forever. But Prague just came in real quietly about their elite connections, which I'm not surprised about. I mean, certain places don't come to mind. Yeah, funny. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna go where no one has gone before. Well, other people have probably gone here, but we're gonna go into the deep dive where the weak can't survive. Shit. Oh, wait, I came unprepared. Crap. 1 second. I'm prepared, but not prepared. I would just do a quick. Right, this is imtor.com. We have private sessions. You have a schedule. We have a shop here. I'm on. I just got into April. I'm like on April 6th, something like that. Hopefully, I can speed up a little bit quicker. We'll see about that. And we'll just do a quick run through here. Oh, of course, yeah, the conference that's coming up. Not next week, one more week. Yeah, it's going to be a rough conference to get. Hopefully, I'll have time to breathe during all this. But yeah, this is going to be the calendar also for when I'm there. I'll move this to the other one, but anyway, I have two different calendars right now. So when I go to the conference, I'm going to use this calendar. It's not a big deal. It's just if you have an account, you won't have an account in this one. It's not a big deal. It's just this is Central Time, and the other one's Eastern Time. If any of that really matters, for some people it might matter. Okay, so here we are going into the unknown. Um, so I didn't really prepare too well on this. Let's see. Let's go into. Let's see here. Okay. Uh, let's see here. Sorry about that. Okay. So the energies of let's see, ancient sites. I do feel like they do pull energy from certain places around Israel. This doesn't get me anywhere. Okay, this isn't working either. Okay, Israel Temple. All right, this sucker is definitely putting off a lot of vibrations. Definitely. It's like the eye of the needle, the protector. It has a lot of extraterrestrial energies connected to it. A lot of the elite cabal are underground. Now, it's hard to say if they're like physically underground. It does feel like some of them are underground in some form or another. I'm not sure what that's about. So, I'm getting different names here. Uh, Toby. Can't. Okay, I'm just kind of winging it. Tel Aviv. Um, this is where a lot of your elites are living right now. I imagine many of you have been there. I mean, talk about. I mean, I've talked about this like ages ago. This Tel Aviv, if I can pronounce it right. It looks pretty nice, quiet, and away from the world that's on fire. So that seems Israel is or Jerusalem. Let's see, cities. Uh, oh yeah, Jerusalem is like a religious area, obviously, and that's a tough area to be in. It's just heavy. It's like, I mean, a lot of your elites are not going to spend a lot of time there for obvious reasons. Because they're screwing around with everybody. They don't know what they're doing. They're making a lot of stupid decisions. They don't seem to care. They seem to get away with it no matter what. They are the golden children, the chosen ones. Um, to go into it deeper here, where are we trying to go? So the galactic roots, I always feel Orion, but there's other groups connected. So it's like a mystery group. But either way, these are you incarnate not always, but a lot of times when you incarnate as in a Jewish family, depending on the bloodline, things work out for you very easily. Doesn't mean everything's perfect, but you can get to high places without really trying. I mean, you can try, but somehow good luck just keeps coming through. It has to do with their connection, their DNA, connection with the universe. It has to do with like they're unlocking a lot of doors. So it's just they just have a power about them. They're just allowing them to get away with this stuff. Let me check something real quick. Okay, just make sure everything is working. Just don't want to be showing stuff and nobody knows what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's just I keep feeling like I mean it's not all Orion, it's not all Anunnaki. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Um it's just, it's like I just have to say it. It's like there is definitely Atlantean energy there, and that might get your ass kicked by talking about that. Yeah, a lot of your ritual like your head Atlanteans that pretty much some of them are good, but some of them sold themselves out. So they combine their energies with this, family. I bet the Jewish people have been part of Atlantis, part of other countries, but the Jewish people basically chosen to run the world, basically. Not all of it, but run certain parts of it. And but also India has been given that too. It's not just the Jewish people, because you look at some of the Indian cultures, there's some similarities to it. Even in the Arabic countries, there's some similarities there too. So there is some root races there that are running our reality. So I'm not mentioning all of them, but uh, just to keep it in the India definitely has major root race, Jewish families, and the Arabic. Of course, Jews are kind of Arabic, but either way, I'm keeping the Arabic thing kind of general. Muhammad, things like that. Yeah, or the Saudis, a good example. The Saudis are. It feels like full blood Anunnaki, but you don't have to quote me on that one. It feels full blood Anunnaki. Is the Jewish energy here? I mean, yeah, is trying to obviously protect themselves. Well, the ones that are greedy cause a lot of trouble. So, yeah, they created Mossad, or I'm feeling Mossad. I see mosques there, but it's Mossad. Yeah, it's just some that just have. There's some just get really power hungry, just did things they really shouldn't have done. So of course everybody else has to pay for it. What's new there, right? But a lot of the families are here in Tel Aviv. They're not going to be in Israel. I mean, they're there, but they're not there. I mean, they'll hightail it out of there as soon as things goes to hell. Let's put it that way. So a lot of your weights in Tel Aviv and probably other places. Let's see. List. There's too many cities here. Major. Let's see, major. Oh, it looks like yeah, Tel Aviv is the number one. I don't know what this one is. Eh, not so much. They have some power here, but not a whole lot. Yeah, Tel Aviv's their big one. These other ones, there's probably other places, but your real controllers are Tel Aviv, West Jerusalem. Yeah, yes and no. It's more like the religious energies. That seems like the same thing. Yeah, it just if you're in Jerusalem, you gotta have a backup plan. You just never know when that place is gonna go into lockdown. You just never know. They're gonna, what dumb decision they're gonna make over there. So there's a lot of greed going on in Israel, of course, and that's causing a lot of their problems. So, but yeah, they have a lot of Saturn energies also in Jupiter. So yeah, Saturn beings really make sense. So Orion, Anunnaki, Saturn, and it really makes sense with the Saturn. I mean, really, it feels like they're Saturn beings. Those are very powerful. You hear about the elites and Illuminati and all. That's all Saturn is all through it. So it fits to it. It's just unlocking realities. They're like the key master. They can make things happen. Well, depending on who you are, it's not everybody, but there's certain ones that are given certain privileges, and the ones that are given certain privileges, um, feel like they're translucent. I mean, they're not always seen by everybody. I mean, they're obviously highly protected. Yeah, but this is an area just. I mean, yeah, there's a power elites definitely. Of course, you have the Saudis that are not ashamed to hide their wealth, but the Jewish energies usually hide it pretty good. Only because they make those the higher weights in Israel, they make so many people so mad, and they don't care. But then until something happens, yeah, yeah, they just like to turn things up. They own a lot of stuff in China too. I feel like a lot of the Jewish energies they do run China Definitely New York City, the U.S. government, they have a huge influence there for sure, especially in the medical field. But China is still have a huge influence there, through investment companies and all that. Yeah, they keep themselves off the books though. Like we're in shadow investors. There's a lot of shadow energies there, obviously, right? A lot of shadow companies are being designed, yeah, to keep themselves safe because they made a lot of people mad. So they have to keep themselves under lock and key. At least that's your higher elites, of course. So yeah, you're now finding these people is not easy. The elites, the Jewish elites, yeah, they're behind armed guards and all that, and they don't all live in Israel. They're not going to live in Jerusalem though. They're going to live somewhere else. Tel Aviv is one of the places, but they live far away from all of this, like Prague. So, just to give some background on that. So MI6, um, MI6. I talked about, yeah, the fictional James Bond nonsense. Yeah, MI6, they're definitely well aware of the cloning energies. Human trafficking, yes, cloning is a big one. You're never going to hear them talk about that publicly. Um, of course, there's a lot of rogue agents. It's not as this is a surprise, but the rogue agents are probably causing them the most trouble because they're selling secrets and they're taking over governments and stuff like that, messing with the queen and things like that, even leaking out Illuminati information here and there. So the bad guys are known to bring leaks for us. And the bad guys are known to put Illuminati symbolism and stuff like that around to let people know who is here. Now, it's not all, like this, the Illuminati symbolism you see at like concerts and things like that. The concert in Houston, where it had all those problems. I was hearing that recently. Like, again, let's see, the concert. I forget the name of it. Concert shooting. I don't want to use that term, but yeah, it's the shooting that happened. Was there one recently? Jeez, really? I was thinking about last year. Astro World. Jeez, no surprise there. But this has a lot of Illuminati symbolism and everything. So, what I'm getting at here, uh, yeah, that's gross. I don't know if that was there. I wouldn't think that would be there, but either way, they have Illuminati symbolism. This is so gross. But the MI6, truly the bad guys are, doing this symbolism to let us know, not just that they're running the show, but just to let us know, expose themselves, expose the agenda, to just, wake up people that want to be woken up. It's like, it's kind of like, I have to use this term. It's like a serial killer saying, "Come catch me." That's the energy I'm getting from that. And it's coming from MI6. I connect to CIA, and that's really blocked. But MI6 apparently right now I can tap into see how long that lasts. Um, I mean, yeah, they want. I mean, not that they're fully involved with this, but just in general, a lot of symbolisms and it's just the villains of all this, you know, want I feel want to be exposed and but I mean they have been exposed but not fully exposed. Well, because they can't fully come out and say, yeah, by the way, we're doing all this stuff. It's like they can, I guess. They haven't, but I'm not sure what's stopping it, either using time travel or something. It's like they say something, go back in time and kill them. I don't know how that works exactly. Because I mean, that can easily be possibly happening. They can just. I mean, if you want to go to a more of a not a science fiction, more of a higher dimensional way of looking at things. Why we're not getting disclosures here and there is because they're using time travel and all kinds of other means to keep everything hidden. I mean, this is pretty obvious, right? But I don't normally go into it. You know, they're just using, Philadelphia experiments and time traveling capabilities to knock out whistleblowers, like, to keep it from our timeline. Like maybe they did say something publicly, they go back in time and cut that out. I don't have the full, knowledge of that, but it is highly possible. I mean, I can see them doing that. I mean, because we're not really seeing a whole. I mean, we hear about all this human trafficking and all that, but we don't really see a whole lot coming out. I mean, every once in a while you hear about the human trafficking, but obviously there's a lot more going on, and the abductions are still going on. So you have places like yeah, MI5, MI5 is, I guess, about watching over the Queen and all that. MI6 is more. This is MI6. MI5. I'm not sure what MI5 looks like. I guess they're all in the same building. I looked at this stuff before, but I can't remember. So MI5 is kind of quiet, you know, boring. MI6. This is where I'm getting all that energy from of the cloning, messing with the Queen. So MI6 and the Queen. Um, Obviously, there's places I can't go with that. I'm being blocked, but it is definitely off world. She is not really who she says she is. I would say the Queen got switched out a long time ago. Like that was like the Queen, like what was she in 1950s or something? She got switched out in 1950s, something like that. I mean, she's been around forever, right? So the Queen's been around. Okay, here, Queen, born what year? Uh, 1926. So 1950s. 1950s. Something around the 19. Oh, that makes sense. Is that when she got? She became queen. I feel like the 1950s where something happened. Was she the queen back then? I don't freaking know. And when did she become the queen? Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna tell me. Either way, 1920 and 1950s is when something happened. Uh, I have to figure this. Yeah. So coronation. Yeah, she became queen in the 19 freaking 50s. No freaking surprise. They switched her out then. So when she became queen, she became somebody else. So she was who she was before she became queen. So she's always been somebody else this whole time. So it's like she slowly downgraded over time and became little old lady, just the clone queen. So yeah, obviously you call it conspiracy theory and all that, but it's still kind of strange. I mean, she is as mysterious as the moon. The moon landings and all that. We have all these moon conspiracies. Were we on the moon? Did we? Is the moon real? Is it a spaceship? That I mean, all those conspiracies is similar to like the Queen. Is the Queen a clone? Is she somebody else? Is she Joan Rivers? Whatever. You know what I mean? Is she drinking blood on her time off? I don't think she's drinking blood. I mean, I think that's hilarious. He said that, but I don't think she's drinking any blood. But whatever she is, she's definitely not. The queen today is not the same person. Obviously, people say, "Oh yeah, she got older and all that." No, there's other stuff going on there. Yeah, but interesting how I feel like the 1950s something shifted, and yeah, so that's not her really. So they've been screwing around with who she is for a long time. She's like a computer program at this point. I mean, she was a computer program back then. She's like a it's just like Queen Elizabeth, the program. conning people for 50 years or 70 years or whatever it is. Yeah, it's just a program for the masses. I mean, I think if people really knew what was going on with her, yeah, they'll have trouble sleeping at night. It's that messed up. But I mean, that's what this is all about, right? Pulling the band-aid off. It's funny. She does look kind of reptilian there, just her face alignment and all that. Yeah, whoever is speaking through her right at that point. I mean, she's basically similar to Biden. Just all kinds of stuff are coming through her talking and saying, "Hey, I'm the queen, everybody," when it really isn't. And it's not the original soul, that's for sure. I mean, so those that come through it, they're saying they're the queen and all that. They have some kind of energy signature of how to be the queen. You need to follow by his guidelines, and they do, but it's not always her. It's somebody else. It's been doing that for forever. As long as she's been queen, it seems. So, like when she's around people, it's like she's somebody else. Kind of looks so robotic. Just doesn't look real. Anyway, it's the whole thing needs to start falling apart. It's just a big joke. Especially to see what happened to Harry. Harry's just pretty much just checked out. At least I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like Kanye West in some regard. So anyway, I'm getting all of this from MI6. Some reason MI6 is leaving the front door open. I mean, I'm not getting all details of every single thing that's going on. Obviously not, but they have somebody there has an idea what's going on. Obviously, there's conspiracy theories all over the place. Um, they don't really pay that much attention to it. It's all about security, but somebody there is aware of all the conspiracies and all, and aware of the aliens. They definitely have an alien division there for sure. For sure. Yeah, no doubt about it. Now, MI5, like I say, they're asleep at the wheel. MI5 is just keeping the show going on, keeping the keeping the movie Of course, you don't really see much difference here. Anyway, they're just a programmed, even them clones. Who knows? There's just nothing happened there. MI6, as I said, it's. I don't think they really understand their energy that well. I mean, they do kind of, but not really. Like they have holes in their vibration. Let's put it that way. I mean, right when I tapped into them, I felt a cloning energy there. It's like, am I really supposed to be seeing that quickly? So it is human trafficking, but the cloning seems to be the strongest. So how's that work and all that? I mean, you have a queen that's a clone, so and you have everybody else that's breaking down. It's funny about Harry. Um, I mean, he's a lot different than he was before. So there's like a sympathetic energy that's there, though. It's like, yeah, energy coming from him. I want to be loved. He's married. I guess that's not working out so well in that department. But is that a clone? I mean, I imagine he is, but it's still Harry's energy there, still there somewhere. We'll never get the full story on that, all that. So, take a little bit of breather. Okay. So, all right, we're gonna go back. I'm just checking the time. Prague, your Illuminati destination. Now, there's Brussels also, and I heard Prague in for my guides really faint. It's funny how they're like little squeaky, like little, you know, um, chipmunks. It's like, here's a little whisper. Hopefully, you don't have any loud music going on, so because if you did, you wouldn't be able to hear us. But either way, of course, you have the cathedrals. Just a power. It's just a power grid to manipulate humanity because you have the news and all that manipulating people, but these things are a lot more powerful. Well, it's belief systems. It's fear. It's people giving away their power. They're just cycling off. They're just sucking energy from people. No surprise there. I've been through that before. I've mentioned that in some different forms. I guess it's supposed to be like that. But anyway, the elites are definitely here. Quite a few of them from all around the world. I mean, who talks about Prague? Does anybody give a crap about Prague? Prague. I mean, if you're in Prague, you care. If you're in Europe, you care. But the rest of the world doesn't probably know what Prague is. It looks great. It's like a fairy tale place, but definitely your elites are definitely there now. They have symbolism. I'm not sure exactly what building that is, but and they have the clock here. Where is it? Yeah, they have this bizarre clock. So I've looked at the clock in the past and all that, but yeah, this just shows the elite are here. They're messing with times, slowing down time. Yeah, I feel like that clock has a lot to do with slowing time down. And yeah, it's just they slow it down so people don't see what's happening here. They just go with it. But as people are going more high vibration, it's actually speeding up the frequencies. Obviously, not always seeing it. It's like you're trying to go really fast with your energy, but you're in mud, because the mud is the Earth's energy. But that's we're all pretty much walking power grids, so and your mind, things that you want in a positive level, like you want peace on earth for humanity, you don't want war and all that. That philosophy goes out into the earth and the universe, but the earth feels all that. And it knows if you're being genuine or not. If you're not being genuine or not, obviously, if you want the world to burn, obviously they'll probably make you a mirror or something like that somewhere. So yeah, the symbolism, energy, yeah, of Prague. Prague's just it's like the Illuminati backyard. They know nobody's going to be looking for them, and what do you care anyway? They're not. They really, they really don't have. First off, finding them is going to be a little bit difficult. Yeah, they're like hidden in plain sight, but that's where a lot of them do live. Yeah, they're just prominent families. They know how to keep a real profile, but they do fund a lot of projects and things like that in secret. Obviously, they manipulate the stock market from behind the scenes, of course. They always have a fall guy to get found out too. So I guess that's Prague. Jeez, they really never left. So yeah, the I guess that's the clock again. Yeah, it's that clock that they have there. I forget the name of it. Yeah, some bizarre. It's really screwing around with the energies. Actually, let's see here. Yeah, I feel the elite are here, but not a whole lot's coming out about their culture and everything. Um, Now, do they sacrifice people and all that? Huh. In some ways, yes. Maybe that's a traditional sense. There's also a lot of connections with the Vatican, of course. So the Vatican is run by other places, such as Prague is one of them. Second, yeah, can't spell. Yeah, I can't spell. Another, I think I brought this up in the past, but Vienna. So Prague and Vienna are major controllers of the Vatican. Not the controllers, but they're definitely, they put their mind control in the Vatican, and the Vatican puts out a frequencies, a certain frequency to control the masses. Well, it's fear of death, fear of God. Um, They should, oh, we forgive you and all that by a pope that's more like an Anunnaki a type of figure. Wouldn't that be surreal if the pope starts shape shifting? Obviously, people would love the queen to shape shift and drink some blood or whatever it is. Well, I don't think people would ever want to see that, but either way. But yeah, the pope is obviously an alien being that can easily shapeshift. I mean, he's human, but this guy can really shapeshift. And yeah, I think he's wanted to in the past. I believe he's turned into reptilian in the past in some form. At least a person with a third eye can see it. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So obviously, our alien takeover is doing what it does best. But yeah, uh, so for at least right, I mean, obviously other places right now, yeah, Vienna and Prague are main areas of controlling Vatican City right now through money, power, everything, just agendas. Um, Vienna, Prague, obviously the United Nations secret meetings. Understand secret meetings. Obviously, they're not going to have them on their website. They're not going to have videos of it. Secret meetings of creating a timeline. And these are not your average people that go to this. This is like a whole nother set of people that have been chosen to control the world. But they do meet in the UN somewhere. They do work with the energies. Yeah, lovely. All right. We'll just leave it at that. There's obviously there's more to it than that, but that's the short version of everything. It's actually quite intense. The more you know, you never know. Be careful what you wish for. Um, I mean, now to go back real quick with Prague. I mean, I've already been aware of Europe being controlled of their under elite energy. That's nothing new, right? For anybody, for that matter. But I haven't felt like talking about it. It's like there's a protective energy. It's like stay out of our business. It's that type of like reptilian energy. It's probably more archon energy. Either way, it's like stay. Don't talk. Gee, look at that. Just yeah, we control everything. Enjoy it. But it's like yeah, it's like certain. It's like we're given privileges to connect to a place like Prague and talk about it a little bit, but then they say don't talk to about this ever again. Which that's the vibe I'm getting. Doesn't mean I need to stop, but there's not much I can really tap into. I can tap into a certain way. I'm out. The MI6 stuff was interesting. Wasn't expecting all of that. Obviously, there's much more, but yeah, Prague tries to put off a good energy to where you place you want to live, but obviously they're hiding a lot of secrets at the same time, especially about their ancient history, also religious connections. Is deep. Yeah, that's a history they don't want to talk about. But somebody knows about it though. I think it is in the archives. It could be also in the Vatican archives, which you're not going to make public. Well, they'll make it public to a certain level, but yeah. So okay, all right. So hopefully that's somewhat helpful. So all right, blessings everyone.